broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Oh yeah, that's right. We're swimming through these waters.
Gotta do it to the beat though. Then it's like partially swim, partially new dance move.
That's right. Dun dun dun.
But full part lame.
Yes.
Fully part lame. Phil. It's good to be back. I feel like it's been a little while.
Well, we didn't miss a week. Shark Tank missed a week.
Yeah, I know. It's a weird hole in my heart whenever Shark Tank goes away for a week.
But you know what? It made me appreciate it all the more.
Yeah, it's true.
And you know, so I definitely
had dreams of it in my sleep.
Oh man, I had dreams about Mark Cuban because now his well, a lot of things happened. You know, Mark Cuban's AT&T commercials out.
There was a lot that went down. Why don't you guys tweet us? Actually, ABTV Shark Tank is a hashtag. You could tweet AfterBuzz TV or me at the Only Camp Chef. Phil, do you have
at AfterBuzz TV?
After you just like that one.
I am Steph Z.
At I am Steph Z.
Steph with a F, not a PH.
God, is it episode 21 already?
21.
Oh my God. That's like...
so in theory, we have 5 more to go.
Why don't they just make it a full 52-week run?
You know, that
everybody would be okay if ABC were to just say, hey, you know what, let's do it. Let's go for it.
You know what? That would be the first time a TV show has ever done that.
Oh, the Super Bowl's on? That's all right. We got Shark Tank. Oscar Sunday? Pfft. Shark Tank Sunday.
Well, they only air on Friday anyway,
Why don't
so
they
don't compete with anybody.
I know, but I don't know. I think we need more of it. I think we need more. Regardless, like you said, a lot of stuff went down this week. Do we want to talk about the news first, or do that towards the end?
Robert Herjavec
yeah, that's what
is on Dancing with the Dancers.
I'm stoked. I am so stoked that he's on the show. I think he has the hair for it. He definitely has the hair chops for Dancing with the Stars.
It's gonna be I think his #1 thing, he has to do better than Mark.
He will. He definitely will. Mark,
will he win? Absolutely not. He's not. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. I could see him. Pardon me. I could see him at least making it to the. I'm not a big Dancing with the Stars person. Is there a final 3? Is there a top 3?
You could tell who's going to be like in the top. I think Robert could do very well. Is he going to win? No. Could he be like top 4 material possibly? Okay, I'll give you that much.
I think he's at least top 4 material. He's in shape. He has the hair. He matches his partner pretty well. I think he's. I'm gonna pitch Robert. I think he's going all the way. I'm just gonna say it.
Okay.
Because what do I have to lose, Phil? Nothing.
I don't know. Oh man, but I really want to. It's going to be very difficult with his schedule, but I want to get him in studio for both.
Oh,
because we do both here.
Let's
at
make it
TV.
happen.
Yeah,
let's do. I mean, then we'll fight over him as to who gets more time with him. It'll be us. We'll win.
Yeah, it'll be like we'll pitch him which show's better.
It makes me so happy inside, though.
Ah man. So there you go. That's the news.
Robert, Dancing with the Stars tonight. First company, Coco Jack, the Coco Jack.
This was it's not really a company, but I like the meat cleaver.
Yeah,
that was fun. I think someone should have just outright bought that.
My interest was definitely piqued whenever he scooped the coconut meat out. Here's the thing: I didn't actually know that people were into getting coconuts and opening them and getting the water or juices out. I know that people like to drink coconut water, coconut juice, and coconut milk and whatever else there is, but I don't. When it comes down to doing it yourself, I don't think people actually do that as much as he was pitching.
The vegans do, but imagine you're on a date And you're like, hey, babe, you want some coconut? All right, here you
Pull
go.
out the hammer.
You know, that's
So where'd you say you work again? Ugh.
Hey, babe, you done with your coconut? You want the rest of the meat from
The
it?
thing is, though, I counted how many times he was hacking away at it before it opened up.
Yeah, it seems the same amount of time.
It was 6. It was I think it was Robert went over there.
Robert
to try it, and Mark. It took Mark 8 whacks. I think that's too many. If there's some way you could do it in one, like a crowbar or so, I don't know. I feel like that's a better way to go.
He was pitching efficiency, and I don't think efficiency is the key here. I think it's just safety at this point.
Yeah.
Because if you're whacking it 8 times with a knife and you're holding it, yeah, one of those times right on the hand.
Yeah.
So it's more of a safety thing.
I guess that's true. But again, I don't see the whole time I'm thinking, I don't think people actually care. I don't know that there's a lot of people that there's coconut shavings. I feel like that's an easier process. Or is that still from the inside? I know nothing about coconuts, Phil. That's what I'm finding out. I'm scared
They have
because I know
electrolytes.
nothing about coconuts.
Well, I like how Barbara said, or what was it, Lori? One of the, is there benefits to coconut? And he's like, well, I'm no doctor, but... and then he went into it.
Well, I forgot to mention Made in America episode. That was tonight's or Friday's
Not a
theme.
good week for America overall.
Yeah. My thought overall was like, this is what America is pumping out. Like, no offense to any of the 4 businesses that pitched, because there were definitely some good ideas. But I don't know.
Well, I loved Barbara's #1 excuse of like, you seem very disorganized, therefore I'm out.
Yeah, no, that was great, and I kind of agree.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, come on, wear some pants. Maybe trim the beard a little bit. I think beard is okay.
I think you should, like,
but
I obviously you want to go in looking like your company.
Sure.
He went in looking like nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. No, yeah. It's not like we had earlier in the season. We had, I forget the name of the business, but was it Beard Box or something like that? The Beard of the Month Club or whatever. Yeah. That the guy sent out his oils and stuff like that. He had a big freaking beard, but it was trimmed and he was put together and he represented his business.
But even if your company's like gardening, okay, maybe you got some gardening clothes on, like whatever.
Yeah, this guy was just kind of.
This is how I. Oh shoot! I got a 2 p.m. meeting on Shark Tank. I better make it over there.
I'm gonna be on national television. That's okay. Whatever.
So.
I don't know.
And it was Kevin. I like Kevin and him going at it. 50%, right? He offered
50%,
which for this, ironically, actually not too terrible.
I would be terrible pitching in the Shark Tank, Phil, because any deal that I got, I'd be like, well, a piece of some successful business is great, right? Let's do it. Anything under 50%, I would be like, all right. Regardless if they could be taking full advantage of me, and I would still at the end of the day go, hey, let's say we profit $5 million this next year. That means, say the salary is $1 million. I get half of that, 500,000 sold. 50% is yours, Phil. Take it.
All right.
It would be too. I would be terrible in the tank. You and Steph Z have to come with me and back me up if I ever pitch.
Okay. We have to. I would love. I just want the experience.
Yeah, just to say you did it.
Yeah, I did. I don't know what I'd pitch.
That is one of those stories. It like trumps every other story at the campfire. You know, somebody says, "Yeah, I bought a new car." Oh, okay. I got a new house last week. Yeah, well, I was on Shark Tank. Pitch a business, they bought it. What?
Indeed. I love. Half the time, speaking of Mr. Wonderful, I don't know if he's making up campfire stories, right? He has the most interesting life I've ever heard of.
Grew up in Cambodia?
Either he's pulling this out of his ass, or he's legit.
I don't know. I'm constantly.
He seems to know.
You're right. I'm all over the place with him. There are days where I'm like, he's totally BSing everything he says. And there are other days you're like, whoa, okay, that makes sense in a weird way. Cambodia? I don't know if I believe it, but he did know a lot about coconuts. I just kind of blindly went with it.
Yeah, so And part of it could have been him testing him to see if it's like if I tell you, hey, say goodbye to whoever, but she's actually dead and you didn't know that.
Right.
Or you should have known that, but you didn't. Then it's like, you're not really friends with that person,
right?
Are you? Because you would have known that person's dead.
Yeah, like you don't actually drink coconut water, do you?
Yeah, that's, so I unfortunately have no way of telling through the BS of the BS.
Yeah, that's true. I have a kind of an irrational fear of coconuts after watching this, and I don't even know why.
But the greatest idea I think he could walk away with, and I think he was kind of tapping into it, was restaurants.
Yeah, restaurants were pretty good. The meat, whatever, what do you call that?
Meat
Scooper. I saw some other applications for that. Pumpkins.
Yay.
Okay,
we just need a bigger version.
Just a bigger version. But it worked incredibly well. I mean, he was just like, yeah, check it out. And it just, a whole thing of it came out or whatever. A whole thing of coconut matter came out of it. I don't know. What is it called? Coconut?
Meat. Coconut meat.
That makes me uncomfortable. It's a fruit. Is it a fruit? I don't know. Somebody tell me. Papayas or papaya?
I don't know.
I know equally as little about papayas as I do coconuts. Any other thoughts on the Cocoa Jack?
That's it. That's it, man.
I'm ready for the bed rider. Good old George.
I liked it for the fact that, he got it to be legalized.
Yeah. Yeah. And coming from the Midwest, this is a big thing you do when you're young. You drive down to the lake in the back of a truck. Mom says, that's not safe. Dad says, it's only for a half a mile. Everybody's fine for the most part, but it's illegal. This makes that legal.
Truck UV.
Truck UV.
Oh, man.
I loved him. He was great.
Everyone loved him. And, the only downfall was that you had to, this took some work to actually put in. You got to drill some holes.
Yeah, that was a big downside. The price was a little too high. It was what, $6.99 I think for the two pair. And he's kind of getting screwed, in my opinion. He's a 15% shareholder in the company, and he's out doing all the work. And I know he's the sales manager, whatever. That might be kind of the deal. But I couldn't help but feeling bad for this guy at the same time as liking him. And I feel like the Sharks were kind of on board with that too.
Well, here's my question. The breakdown was 85-15. They were asking for 15%.
Right. Who gives up?
Yeah.
You can't just make up more. Yeah.
So ultimately, it better be the inventor who's giving up 15, because if it's the sales guy,
he's out of a job.
Well, he's just out of equity.
That's an interesting. I wonder how that, how that process works.
Well, if it was 50-50, we would both give up something.
Right, but it's not. So where do you...
Like I'm saying, it better be the inventor.
I agree, but I wonder how that conversation would actually go. I have a feeling this guy, if they went in on this, they'd be like, all right, the owner would be like, all right, I got 85, you got 15, they're coming in at 15, so you're going to give up 13, I'm going to give up 2. What's fair is fair, George. I feel like that's how that conversation would go.
Part of it, it would be interesting but let's run through some scenarios, right?
Yeah.
I think if you can keep them at 15%, then maybe it's like you give up 2% and I give up the rest.
Yeah.
Anything higher, imagine if like he had to give up nothing. It's almost like better for him to get this deal and just be like, I'm willing to give up as high as 40%. Because it doesn't affect him.
Right, yeah.
It affects
That's true.
So I wonder what the restrictions of that was.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I have full authority. I've been given full authority to make the deal. But so the 85% shareholder is saying you run the company, you make all the decisions, you blah 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 blah. And you have 15%. What the hell is going on, George?
I think I don't know how I'm always curious to know how it legally works, but for my own benefits. But I think there is a way to be like, I get 85% of the company from a revenue standpoint, but you have freedom of
controlling stake or whatever.
Yeah, you have decision making goes to you.
That's a weird deal. That's weird. The product itself, what did you think? Did you like the idea? Do you think that people would buy it?
I think enough people could buy it. I don't think I think they can make a living off this. I think it's fine. They will. He clearly has a great sense of where this company, how he wants to build this company. I just don't think he needs a shark.
I agree. The other thing I'd say, you bring the price down a little bit. It doesn't have to go down extremely because, you know, you're putting 2 seats, essentially adding 2 seats to your vehicle. But I think...
But as to, I wonder how easily it is to take off, though, too. So if I have a pickup...
That's, yeah, exactly.
I don't want, you know...
Getting under there and how long are the holes they have to drill? Or how big are the holes they have to drill? And how long are the bolts? And
it's fine if I have to drill, if it's a one-time drilling you know, I have to do it once, but then like it's almost like a click on and off.
Yeah,
seat, right. Then fine, I'm good with it. But if I need to use the pickup,
right?
I got this thing. Get out of here.
Right? Can you come help me move? Nah, it takes me 4 hours to unscrew my racing seats that are permanently attached to the back. If they designed a lazy boy version of this, I would totally be on board. Yeah. Is that weird? I feel like that might be weird. Weirder than the racing seat.
Nap while you're...
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Good for you.
Let's give it a try. Any other thoughts on Bed Rider?
Besides litigation?
Besides, yeah. Oof. The rolling... You know, I was totally down on this until Lori said, I'm concerned about rolls. And I was like, yeah. Didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Your top of your head would be just completely gone. Like... That's a pretty big issue. But again, safer than just hanging out in the back of the truck, I guess.
I mean, he was a great salesman. One of the things that was funny to me though, like he said, "Have you guys tested this?" Yeah, one time me and what was the inventor's name? Craig, Gary,
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we flipped over and all this, and you know, the truck was damaged, but the kids were fine. Like, what? That's not a safety test. That's not a control. That is not in a controlled environment whatsoever.
We hooked everybody up. We got into an accident on purpose, and we're all fine.
All the more reason why. How many times have we been there? Like, if this business is riding on you, and you, as the business, get hit by a bus, I'm out of this business.
Right, right.
Then in that sense, like, does this happen a lot with you guys, where you guys are doing your thing and you're rolling over? Because if so, not investable.
Thank you. Yeah.
So just the last thought there.
Yeah, get that phone call. Hey, we need more money for some more tests. Some more uncontrolled tests. All right, Bed Rider. Nobody went in on this one.
No.
Was not surprised, but good luck to you. Good luck to you. Frill Clothing.
Oh my goodness! Everybody wanted a piece of this.
Frill Clothing. Initial thought, the one girl pitching to the far right. I didn't catch her name. I'm pretty sure it was a robot.
Well, why? Because when she was asked how many sororities are there are 3,100 and something sororities in the United States and Canada.
Yes, it wasn't like, so how many sororities are there? Well, Phil, you know, there's 3,100 and they're growing every year, Mark and Lori and blah, blah, blah. It was like, in the United States of America and Canada, there are 3,104 sororities in the Greek life environment.
But you know what? Guess what?
It's like, whoa.
I will gladly invest in that robot.
Yeah, well, I thought this was a great idea. I thought the dresses kind of looked not professionally made. But I think that there definitely is a market for this type of thing. Absolutely.
I mean, a dress for, whatever, 120 to 125. I feel like that's pretty good. I feel like
The price or the price for what you see?
Just the price in general.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Call me whatever. But I remember in high school,
Yeah.
you know, and I didn't have to do it, but just prom dresses were such a big, annoying thing.
Yeah.
And they seemed so much more expensive. And they seemed kind of on par with this, you know. No offense to any girl that I went to high school with, but your dresses, as amazing as they were, they didn't blow me away more so than this.
I would agree with that. Yeah,
And
that's a good
so,
point.
you know what? Guess what? This is $125. Some of those dresses were as high as $500. No, thank you.
That is true, though. That is very true. And you got to hand it to these girls who just went for it in college.
Absolutely.
And made the amount of money they were able to make. What was it? By their senior year, they were hitting
200.
200, which is what?
Which was, you know, it's a great excuse because they asked, you know, how much did you make in the first year? How much did you make in the second year? And most people's answer, sometimes if it dips or whatever, it's like, okay, well, what do you do?
Economy.
Yeah, what are you doing wrong with the business? Well, it's not that anything's wrong with the business. It's just that we're college, we're new at this, but here's our strategy.
Yeah.
And once we graduate, we will make this a full-time business.
Legitimate reasons.
Yeah.
And the fact, it's not like you said, it's not like, you know, it's just not working out. I'm trying really hard. And they go, well, have you knocked on doors? And they go, well, no, I haven't really knocked on doors. I'm a full-time college student, and we decided to go as hard as we can while also being in college, and we're finding some success.
Yeah.
I think that, I mean, good
and
for
unlike,
them.
And unlike most people, like I said, they have done their homework.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
how many people have gone in there and, do you know your direct competitors, this, and that? You know, and most of the time they find out from, you know, one of the sharks who their direct competitors are, because like, well, you don't got no direct competitors. Lori will oftentimes go, actually, we still have product like that on QVC.
Right.
So you should kind of be aware.
Yeah.
And I feel the information's out there. Crunchbase, by the way, like this is more for techie stuff, but if you go on Crunchbase, it'll list kind of company information, the round of investments, and it also lists competitors.
Ooh.
So just
for all you potential shark pitchers out there, Shark Tank pitchers, that's a good
that's
tool
right.
there,
Crunchbase is by the guys who also run TechCrunch.
Imagine that.
Right?
It's a very crunch related family there.
That's right.
But that's probably why one of the young women bitching sounded to me a little robotic, just because she knew her info that well.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? She wasn't like searching for it in her head while she's trying to answer. She just knew it. That's hey, they came in prepared, man.
Or she was looking it up in the, you know, she had to
On her
convert the
phone.
HTML to PDF, and then text to speech. She had 3 programs going.
I would have invested. In frill clothing. Again, the market is definitely there. Yeah.
Well, this,
What do you
Mark, he applauded them, but said, hey, there's which, by the way, funny story, him teaching dance classes
Yeah.
to women. Oh, man, how great was that? That's a win-win. He's getting paid and he's flirting.
Classic Mark Cuban.
Oh, man. He's just taking advantage. How do you do that?
I don't know. We should call him up.
9 times out of 10, it'd be like the guy paying the girl just to, hey, can I dance with you for $20?
Yeah, that's true. Especially in college.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in college. Yeah. It's
But
Mark
he's out.
Cuban.
But he was out.
And that's a fair. I never. If I was in there pitching in the tank, I know I would be disappointed, but I don't think I would ever hold it against a shark for saying I would not be able to help you. You know what I mean? That's a fair reason to pull out of the game.
Who was it? I forget. You know, just because you're out, my door is still open if you ever want to come knock and come back. Is that
Robert? I think, wasn't it?
No, was it that Coco Jack?
Oh,
Right.
no, I think it was Bed Rider, wasn't it?
Oh, Bed Rider, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Bed Rider.
That was
George.
that was one of the most brilliant things I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And because he also says to Mr. Wonderful, like, Now, I said my door's always open, but, you know, for you, it might close in a bit.
Oh, God. I love them. I love the characters. Come in and pitch. Any other thoughts on Frill Clothing?
I thought this was great. I'm glad they got a deal.
Me too.
It worked out.
Absolutely. Let's remind everybody to subscribe to the iTunes podcast. Hit the subscribe button. Rate us 5 stars. And on YouTube, look us up, AfterBuzz TV. Comment below the video. Let us know what you think. Tweet us.
That's right, because we got faces.
ABTV Shark Tank. We do have faces.
So if you want to see
the beauty
in 4D, beautiful 4D.
I'm going to do something right now that only our viewers can see.
And I'm going to do something only our listeners can hear.
Okay.
I don't know.
Twins pillow. Last pitch of episode 21.
You know, here's the thing. They marketed it as a twins pillow, but they also should have said, like, they also should have had the emphasis on, like, it doesn't have to just be for twins.
They should have.
It's great if you have twins, but it's also great if you just got the one kid that's sucking on the teat.
Yeah, no, it's true. They should have called it something different, I think, because now you've specified your market when you could be getting in on the regular babies too. And also, I couldn't help but notice that this is just a neck pillow flipped around.
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
Larger.
It's got more things to it, but yeah.
A little bit. What's to stop a person from just putting up the pillows? And do you believe?
Oh, they didn't.
Again,
did we ask them about patents? I don't think we asked them about patents.
We didn't ask about patents, so that's argument for another day. I don't believe, and I have no kids. I've never
that you know of.
I don't have a wife that has had kids that I know of. But I don't believe at all that this saves the mother 6 hours a day
for twins.
I don't believe it. There's no possible way.
Choose your words carefully. It is today, of all days, International Women's Day.
No, I'm not saying that it's... it's nothing to do with that. I'm just saying I don't believe that it takes that long.
Okay.
Are you going to look it up?
No.
Oh, okay. And if it does take that long, let me rephrase. If it does take that long, I don't believe that the pillow cuts the time in half. Let's put it that way.
We got to figure out... If it's taking that long, we got to figure out a better way.
Yeah. Let's improve the system. I don't know. But
we need to get these kids on, like, sipping on cows or something. Like, we need more udders over here.
Definitely not that, Phil. I was impressive sales though. Udders. Impressive sales, 500 something thousand. Yeah. And again, these people. Mark said, "I got to give you props. They both lost their jobs. They were working in the pharmaceutical industry." And they put everything on the line for this company. I also respect that. I don't know that I would have the guts to do that ever. And I'm not saying that that's the wrong or right decision, but it's like, thank goodness it worked out for them because they have the twins.
And this turned into, yes, here's a pun, a feeding frenzy.
Yes, it did. It did. Which I mean, it seems like an okay product, but I did not expect this.
No.
At all.
You got Robert and Kevin, who started off separate and then joined in for their royalty deal, which actually, wasn't too bad.
$10 royalty.
$10 was high, but eventually went down.
Yeah. Until they recoup 3 times the investment.
Which eventually became... that they were going to give in $150,000, 75 from each, for a $5 for double what they put in.
Yeah.
At 2% equity is what I think they ended up on. So
at like 320 something thousand return, something like that. And then Lori and Barbara went at it. They wanted to go in together, and Barbara said, "I don't really like the way that 7.5% sounds." Okay, I agree with you, Barbara. Yeah. 15%. Lori snagged it. I think Lori was the right one to go with.
Yeah, I mean, it was a flip of a coin between. One of the things that must suck is like if you're Barbara, you're like, okay, she's literally copying me. She was going to do a royalty deal just like him,
Right.
and you know, the royalty deal actually is not bad if you're not trying to give up a lot of equity, and if you can withstand that. But here, there are two people that as soon as it started getting complicated, it was like, what? I just want a simple deal.
Yeah, it's you could tell just by looking at their faces. They were like, a lot of numbers flying around, a lot of confusion, a lot at stake. And to me, Lori changing the deal from an equity deal to, from a royalty deal to just a normal equity deal, I think that was like, that translated to, okay, she wants to work with this pretty bad. Yeah. As well as, you know, the QVC thing and all this other stuff. So I think that was the right way to go.
I liked Mark's earlier deal of, you know, that he gave up money. I forget how it fully was. He gave up money as an you know, and if it was unable to be paid back, he would basically retain the company.
Right. And the product and everything, yeah.
That's a shark right there.
Yeah.
So he either still gets 20%,
yeah,
or he just takes the company,
or it's all mine.
Yeah,
that's a rough deal.
Which is some case, I mean, I don't think he'd do this, but it almost benefits him to have the companies go.
Yeah, absolutely. Because then he can start fresh with his own plan for it. Just going back to frill clothing for a second, this is something I thought about and just forgot to bring it up. Do you think? Obviously, I mean, to me, the frill clothing thing would have been great for Damon. But he wasn't present when they shot the episode. Do you think that the people coming in to pitch know exactly what sharks are going to be there? Because I couldn't imagine the amount of disappointment that the frill clothing girls would have had thinking, okay, we're going in, we're going to get Damon, and then walk in, he's not there. I wonder if that's something that's communicated to them before taping.
Well, if you're asking me if I know the answer, I do not.
But let's see if we can find out for next time. I'd be interested to know.
Yeah.
We'll call people, Phil. If you know, tweet us. ABTV Shark Tank. Use that hashtag AFTERBUZZ TV.
That's right.
Is the Twitter handle. Shall we do?
I'm gonna get some frills clothing for us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey, weddings, man. They were smart, you know. I got
the bridal division, yeah.
Absolutely, the bridal, but even like you get them for 4 years, and then you get the bridal.
Yeah,
and
continued.
You know, the good news with speaking of America, we're all, you know, you're not just one wedding, you need two, sometimes three. It takes 3 times to get that right part.
American made.
That's right. Oh man, American wedding.
We did have an update in this episode, so we hop into that. Mo's Bows. I love Mo. What a great kid.
Up in Connecticut, he's got his own manufacturing place.
This kid, I mean, he dresses better than most males, period.
Absolutely.
Let alone for that age. Holy crap.
Yeah.
I love this kid. And if I remember correctly, and as we found out tonight, Damon didn't actually invest.
No, he did not.
He's just a mentor. And I think that's great. It's great that he's still helping the Mo out, and we saw Mo get tested in Neiman Marcus, which is awesome. After Shark Tank, he's boosted his sales to 200-something thousand.
That's insane.
This kid, by the time he's our age, he's gonna be swimming in bow ties and money.
These gonna be nice bow ties.
He'll probably have a deal with the frill clothing. I don't know, something.
Neiman Marcus will probably have a line of bow ties in his place.
This guy. I love this little guy.
We got to expand the brand a little bit, though, eventually. I
think
probably. By 15, we got to start looking into Right now, we're doing okay.
Long term, way down the road, when you turn 15, you're going to have to expand.
That's right.
Oh, my God.
Bow ties cannot sustain us alone.
There's nothing that makes me happy and also incredibly depressed at the same time than watching an incredibly successful child. Because I'm happy for them. Then I go, what was I doing at 15? I wasn't. He's not even 15 yet. That's right.
He's 13.
I was like, I didn't even know what a bow tie was.
Well, it's just
clip-ons.
It's just the fact that he's actually doing something.
Yeah, I was like Pokemon or something. I don't remember. I don't remember.
Well.
Any other thoughts, Phil?
There you go. It's all about life decisions.
Life decisions, big life decisions here on the Shark Tank After Show on AfterBuzz TV. I think that's it, though. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get it. Predictions for next week.
Oh.
And now
you have predictions.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I only have. I mean, I don't know what it is, but it seemed like a really good episode next week.
Yeah.
It just I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm on fire now. I saw this episode. It's been a week. I'm just like, ooh, that looks very exciting.
Yeah, I'm stoked for it. I liked the themed episodes, but this theme today or this week, the American one, it's like
sometimes we grasp at straws just to have a theme.
Yeah,
it's
so I like when we go back to the normal.
Yeah, So.
I'm excited though, and we'll be here, and we'll be doing it. We'll be recapping it.
That's right,
AfterBuzz TV for you
with Robert Herjavec.
Oh,
we'll see.
We'll keep tracking him. We'll see how the moves are coming along.
We'll sneak in his dance studio.
Actually, I'm gonna see him because he works on they shoot that on the lot I work at.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go try and run into him.
There you go. I am going to have hosts interview him at the red carpet every week until he doesn't get eliminated. Anyway, that's it.
That's it. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram at the only camshaft, Phil.
AfterBuzz TV, and of course, I am Steph Z. I am not Steph Z, but that is Steph Z's Twitter with a F, not a PH.
That's it.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.